Happy. I think what we should do is open it up to the floor. If anyone has any questions, I'm going to stand up because I'm sick of hearing my own voice on this thing. So I'm going to come around. If you guys got questions to ask, I will start at the back and whoop, and I'm going to knock everything over.
What was it like working with Rutger Hauer?
It was quite something. I was scared shitless at first. Like when he first walked in, he's got such a presence and those piercing blue eyes like stare right through your soul. He's always smoking a cigarette. I don't know, he came up to me, gave me a big hug, and he was like, "Oh, you're nervous, don't be nervous, my girl." And we really bonded over the fact that I know it's gross, but we both smoke cigarettes, and I thought it was hilarious. Like, he would just light up in a restaurant, and people would be like, "Buddy, you can't do that." And, you know, yeah.
Well, my first thing, I'm embarrassed to do this, but I didn't really know about him that much. And when I first heard from the producer, "Oh, Rutger Hauer got the part," I'm like, "Cool." And I changed the subject, and he was like, "Whoa, whoa, what's wrong with you? I just said Rutger Hauer." I'm like, well, "Who's that?" He's like, "Are you serious?" I'm like, "Oh," I was so embarrassed. And I got to meet him, and his acting was amazing. And first doing the read-through, he sat down, and everyone's got like this normal voice, then Rutger starts talking with that really raspy voice. I'm like, "Oh, I see why. This is cool." And then the first scene I did with him, obviously I'm his enemy in the movie. It was, we were shooting this scene where you guys have seen the movie, it's when like I peer through the door and I'm like smiling, that really evil grin. And I kick through the door and I smash Rutger down on the table and I wrap his hands. But when we were doing the scene, I had a fake knife that was fully erect and you can't shut this knife. So I'd walk in and it fell out of my back pocket. And I go to the director, Jason, I'm like, "We're losing takes here. I keep dropping this knife and it's not going to work. So I think we need the real knife." And as soon as I say that, Rutger looks over and goes, "Fuck off." What? It was the first day shooting with him. He's like, "Fuck off, we don't need the real knife." And I'm like, "Oh, sorry, I was just," he's like, "No, shut the fuck up." And I'm like, "Oh, okay, sorry." So we do the scene one more time, and the knife falls out again, and all of a sudden I hear Jason over the mic, "Can we get the real knife in there?" And I look over at Rutger, and he's like... So from day one, I'm like, shit, this guy hates me. But by the end of the film, he actually was my friend, but I think he was a bit of a method actor, and he kind of got into his character and hated me. But besides that, yeah, he was great to work with, and I did learn a lot from him. So.
I just have to say, he spent so long in that manhole cover. Like, actually, he was in the ground for so long. He's a 65-year-old man. Like,
yeah.
He tried to do all his own stunts. Like, man,
yeah,
good on him.
He even did, there's a scene, if you guys obviously seen the movie, where, you know, they're throwing him off over the railing into the garbage cans, and they throw his cane down at him. So we had a stunt guy on set, like, who was supposed to do these stunts for Rutger, right? And on that night, I wasn't working, but I would go in on days I wasn't working just because it was so fucking cool. I wanted to check it out. And Rutger Hauer sets up this 10-foot ladder, and he climbs it, and all of a sudden Jason's like, "Whoa, whoa, what the hell's Rutger doing up there?" He goes, "Hey, tell your behind-the-scenes guy to turn the camera on, because there's a 67-year-old man here about to do a stunt." And he did a front flip into the garbage cans, or into the garbage like bags. Everyone was just like, "What the hell?" So he's still a badass at 67, so it was cool.
More questions? More questions? Anyone? Question up here at the front?
Not so much a question. I guess it is. Your character is hilarious and clearly